Hi everyone, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Tish. I am a Pilates and strength coach, and I'm so excited that you're here because I'm about to lead you through your next full body sculpt workout. In my classes, I always say take what you need. If you need to progress yourself, if you need to take any modifications, please take them. Stay in tune with how your body feels. And I'm so excited that you're here because we are in week 2 of the Summer Sculpt series. So with that being said, challenge yourself a little bit more. We are going to be progressing certain exercises, so take what you need. We have our light to medium dumbbells along with our Pilates ball. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Meet me in a seated position. We always start in our warm-up. Seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. Place your hands on your rib cage. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, filling up the diaphragm, filling up that rib cage, and then exhale out through the mouth as you draw the fingertips closer to each other. Nice big inhale and exhale, connecting with your breath as we will be using it throughout the whole entire workout. Nice big inhale and exhale. One more time through. Nice big inhale and exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and swing your legs back to the back of your mat. Shoulders over the hands, knees in line with the hips. Let's go into that cat-cow. Gaze is at the front of your mat. Drop that belly button down to that mat as your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale as you draw that belly button into spine. A few more. Last two. In one, meet me in that neutral spine. Beautiful. From here, lift that left arm up towards the ceiling as we go to a nice big thoracic rotation. Your gaze comes up with that left hand. Thread that needle through towards that right side of your mat. Drop that left shoulder down, holding this right here. Swing that right arm to meet your low back. Wrap it around if that feels comfortable for you to get a nice stretch in your chest. In two, in one. Slowly unravel, bring that right hand to the mat. Lift up through, bring that left hand to meet that mat. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift up that right hand. Exhale, thread that needle through, drop that right shoulder. Lift that left hand to meet that low back if that feels comfortable for you. In two, and one. Bring that left hand down to that mat. Slowly come back up to your right hand, holding that right here. From here, inhale through your nose. Tuck your toes underneath you. Exhale as you pike those hips up towards the ceiling. Draw that chest in towards your thighs a little bit more to get a stretch. Beautiful. Slowly lower back down. Have those knees hover a few inches off that mat. Holding this here, engage that core. And exhale as you draw the hips back towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Let's stay in this fluid movement right here. We have two more. Last one, meet me with your knees hovering a few inches off the mat, knees in line with the hips right here. Holding this here, gaze at the front of your mat. Step that left leg back to meet the back of your mat. Step that right leg back to meet the back of your mat. Holding this tall plank position right here. Beautiful. Holding this for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop to those knees right here. Holding this position, hips are neutral. Dropping down into that push-up. Elbows tucked to the sides of your body. Lift back up. Bring those knees back up into that tall plank position. Scoop that belly button into spine. Beautiful. Drop those knees back down. And drop back down into that push-up and lift up through. Beautiful. Lift those knees up. Drop back down. And back into that push-up. Last 2. Last 1. Big push up. Lift up, hold that tall plank position here for 5. In 4, 3, 2. Pike those hips up in 1 towards the ceiling. Walk the hands to meet the feet. Holding this here, slowly rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. Meet me in the middle of your mat. Going into our lower body warm up here. Feet width of the mat. Going into our squats. Bring the arms, biceps by the ears, sit back into the hips, just going into some body weight squats and lifting back up. Inhale. Exhale as you come back up. Halfway. Last 2. Last 1. Meet me at the top of the squat here. Next time you lower down into that squat, hold it down at the bottom, come up halfway, lower back down into that squat, and then come back up to the top. Beautiful. Drop it down, lift up halfway, lower, and stand up tall. Beautiful. 5 more. Last 2. Last 1. Come up halfway, lower, stand up tall. Beautiful. Lower down into that squat, holding here, just pulsing the hips up and down a few inches for 10. In 7. Good. Last 4. 3. Shake it out in 2. And 1. Beautiful. Shake it out. Get some water if you need it. Meet me seated on the mat. Grab your Pilates ball. Lower down onto your back. We are going into our core. You know, we always start with our core right here. Holding the Pilates ball, bringing that ball overhead. Biceps by the ears. Make sure your ribcage isn't flared. Press that lower back into that mat, nice and neutral. Your heels are elevated. Your legs are hip width apart. Going into our tabletop series. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as you peel up neck, chest, shoulders. Reach that Pilates ball towards your knees. Chin away from the chest. And then lower down. halfway, lift up a little bit higher, neck, chest, shoulders. Last two. Last one. Big curl up and lower back down. Now next time you rise up, inhale through the nose, exhale as you draw that left leg into tabletop, and then lower everything back down, alternating each side. Curl up, lift up that right leg into tabletop, and lower back down. Lift up a little bit higher, halfway. Last two. Last one. Beautiful. Next time you lift up neck, chest, shoulders, bring both legs into tabletop as you reach that Pilates ball far towards your knees, and then lower everything back down. Inhale, exhale, and lower back down. Beautiful. Really try and keep your knees in line with your hips. Try not to tuck your knees into the chest. Keep that constant tension on the core. Last two. Last one. Lower back down. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale as you roll into a ball, bringing the knees into the chest. The Pilates ball is resting on your shins, going into that double leg stretch. Inhale through your nose. Exhale as you lengthen the legs towards the front of your mat. Lengthen the arms behind your head, biceps to ears, and then pull everything in. Beautiful. Last three. Inhale and exhale for two. Beautiful. Last one. Hold everything extended. Let's just hold this here for 5, 4. Last 3. Knees to chest, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Amazing. Drop the feet down. Rock the legs side to side. Stretch out the hips. Let's come up into that seated position and let's place that Pilates ball right where your bra line meets or right in the middle of your shoulder blades. Going into our core series here, hands come behind the head. Biggest thing here, don't let those elbows touch. Keep the elbows open the whole entire time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as you crunch up, chin away from the chest. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as you lift through. Just like our first core series, we are going to add on layers. This is our first foundation here. Last 3. Last one, crunch up, and then lower back down. Next time you go into that ab curl, bring that right leg into tabletop, and then lower back down. Inhale, exhale, beautiful, back down. Last 3, and 2, last 1, and lower back down. Next time you lift up, draw that right leg into tabletop as you rotate that left elbow to meet that right knee. From here, extend that right leg long as you come back to your center. Just isolating that rotation. Bring it back in, that right leg to tabletop. Rotate through that left elbow, through the chest. Extend everything long. Just isolating it right here. Beautiful. Last 3. Last 1. Hold that elbow to knee. Hold it right here. Just pulse that chest up and down for 8. Good. 6. And 3. Come back to center in 2. And 1. Lower that right foot down. Come back to center. Going everything on the other side. Inhale through your nose. Come down to that ball. Exhale as you just crunch it up. Just back into that crunch, not lifting up that left leg just yet. Inhale and exhale. Last 3. In 2. Last 1. Lower all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Draw that left leg into tabletop. Beautiful. And back down. Last 2. Last 1. Lower down, reset. Next time you curl up, rotate that right elbow to left knee. Come back to center, extend that left leg long. Have that left leg hover a few inches off that mat, rotate, and extend it long. Beautiful. Last 2. Last 1. Hold that elbow to knee. Hold it here. Small pulses just of that chest for 5. Adding on after this, going to get a little bit spicy for 3. For 2. Hold that knee to elbow in 1. Hold. Extend that right leg nice and long. Bicycle. Slowly switch and rotate to the other side. And switch over. Take your time as we have the Pilates ball underneath you for 10. Beautiful. Last 5. In 3. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. Knees to chest. Woo! Rock side to side. Slowly lift yourself up. Place that Pilates ball towards the front of you. Get some water if you need it. Coming to all 4s. Going into a little bit of glutes, a little bit of upper body here. Let's place that Pilates ball behind your left knee. Really connect it and squeeze through that back leg, that left leg. Flex that left foot as this is going to really help anchor you into that Pilates ball so it does not slip away. Now, when you're here, your right leg is in line with your right hip. Your hands are not directly under the shoulders here. I do want them a little bit further away. Now, when you're here, make sure you're not shifting all your weight to that right leg. Have a nice, even distribution. Gaze is at the front of your mat. Inhale through your nose, squeeze through that Pilates ball. Exhale as you lift up into that donkey kick. And then lower back down. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Last two. Last one. And lower back down. Next time you go into that donkey kick, hold it at the top, drop down into that tricep push-up, elbows tight to the body, lift back up to the top, and then lower back down to your starting position. Inhale, exhale, hold at the top, drop down into that push-up, push back up, and back to your starting position. Next layer. Beautiful. Last two. Last one. Last donkey kick. Push up, come back up, and back to your starting position. Next layer we have donkey kick up, hold, tricep push up, come back up, drop to that right forearm, tuck your right toes underneath you. From here, extend that right leg long as you bring that left knee to that left elbow, extend it back, lower down, and come back up, and reset. Donkey kick it up, hold, and push up, come back to the top. Drop to that right forearm, extend that back leg as you bring that left elbow to left knee. Drop back down, come back up nice and tall, and repeat. Really take your time as we move to that third layer. Last two. Beautiful. Give me one more. Amazing. Come back up to your starting position. Lower down into that donkey kick. Adding on that next layer, lift up through that left leg. Tricep push up, lift up, drop to that right forearm. Isolating the extension of that back leg. Bring that left knee to left elbow. Extend that left leg back and bring it back to that elbow. Beautiful. Yes. And three. Last two. In one, hold it to the elbow and knee. Small pulses just of that knee for 5. In 4. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Take that Pilates ball out from back of your knee. Child's pose. Nice big stretch. Beautiful. Meet me on your right forearm, extending both legs nice and long. Pilates ball is in your left hand. Make sure you're not sinking through your right shoulder. Lift up through your right side of your body. Place that Pilates ball right in front of your chest. They're going into our side plank into side teaser series. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as you lift up through into that side plank. Press that left hand onto that Pilates ball. Lower down to that right hip. Rotate onto your right glute as you lift the legs to meet the Pilates ball into that side teaser. Lower down, push through. Beautiful. I want the legs to reach for the ball, not the ball to reach for the legs. Beautiful. Last two. Last one. Meet me in that side plank right here. Holding that side plank. Thread that Pilates ball through towards the right side of your body. Pull it back to center. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Almost there. Push yourself, you got this. Last two. Last one. Hold that side plank right here. Press that left hand on the ball. Small pulses up and down for 5. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Whew. Shake it out. Wow. Definitely feeling that. Amazing job. We are almost there. Taking everything to the other side. Get some water if you need it. Placing that Pilates ball behind your right leg now. Flexing that right foot. Left knee in line with the hip. Make sure your hands are not directly underneath. Just bring them a little bit more forward. So it'll just be an easier transition for you to go into that push-up. Remember, we have 3 layers here, okay? Inhale through your nose. Exhale as you lift that right leg into that donkey kick. And then lower down. Beautiful. Gaze is at the front of your mat. And 3. Last one, hold that donkey kick at the top. Tricep push-up coming down. Lift up through that upper body and reset. Inhale, exhale, hold. And tricep put up, back up, and down. Beautiful. Good, last 3. In 2. Last one. Beautiful, reset. Donkey kick up, tricep push up. Push through that chest. Drop to that left forearm, tuck your left toes underneath. Extend that left leg long as you bring that right knee to right elbow. Come back to center, lower down onto that left knee. Come back up, off of that forearm, and back to your starting position. Inhale, exhale, lift. Push up, back up. Left forearm. Extend that left leg as you bring that right knee to right elbow. Reset and back up. You got this. Last 2. Last 1, donkey kick it up. Tricep push up. Left forearm, connect, holding this here. Extend that right leg back. Bring it back to that right elbow. Beautiful. Last 3. And 2. And 1, hold that knee to elbow right here, just small pulses for 8. Yes, 6. And 3. 2. And 1, drop it down. Take that Pilates ball away from your knee and child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Meet me on your left forearm and extending both legs nice and long. You guys got this. It's a challenge, but you can make it through. Going into our side plank and side teaser series, pushing the hips forward. Make sure you're not sinking through that left shoulder. Lift up through nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale as you lift through that left side of your body. Push that right hand on that Pilates ball and lower down. Extending the legs up as you rotate into that side teaser. Lower back down. Back into that side plank. Take your time, no rush. Last 3. Last 1. Side teaser it up. Meet me all the way up in that side plank. Hold it here. Thread that needle through with that Pilates ball towards the back of your mat. Come back to your center. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, come back up. And 3. And 2. Last 1. Hold that Pilates ball towards the front of your chest. Small pulses of the hip for 8. You got this. Drop to the knees if you need to. You got it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Shake it out. Amazing job. We are done with the Pilates ball for now. Let's get into our standing series. So grab your weights. I have my medium weights. We are going to be working our lunges. We are going to be progressing into more dynamic movements, into a bit more single leg work. So meet me at the front of your mat, shoulders back, bring the weights to meet your shoulder height right here. Okay? Inhale through your nose. Exhale as you step back with that right leg into that reverse lunge. And then come back to center. Lower down, slow and controlled. Your left knee is in line with your left leg, left shin, and slowly come back up. Last 3. Last 1, lower down into that lunge. Next time you come back to your starting position, press the weights overhead. As you lower back down into that reverse lunge, bring the weights back to shoulder height and then push them back up as you reach your starting position. Next layer. Last 2. Last one. Beautiful. Lowering back down into that reverse lunge. Next time you come up, drive that right leg into that knee drive, press overhead with the weights, and then lower back down into that reverse lunge. And lift it through. Take your time. There is a balance component here. Last 3. Into. One more press. One more knee drive. Meet me in that reverse lunge right here. Holding this right here. Hinging forward. Extending that right leg, back leg long. Hinge forward as you bring the weights into that tricep sweep. Dropping that chest slightly forward. Lowering back into that reverse lunge. Inhale, exhale, extend it long into that hinge and bring it back. Last 3. Into. Last 1. Hold that reverse lunge. Hold here. Just small pulses up and down for 10. You got this. 5. In 4. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Shake it out. Whew. Before we get to the other side, transition of some squats, okay? Both weights are right in the middle of your legs, shoulders back. Feet are at the width of your mat. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as we squat it down. Lower into that squat, slight forward lean in that chest, not too far forward, and come back up. Halfway before we add on. Last 2. Last 1. Come up nice and tall. Next time, squat it down. Hold that squat right here. Row both arms to meet the sides of your body. Lower down those arms and come back up nice and tall. Drop down into that squat. Row both arms. Come back down and up. Last 2. Last 1. Row. Come back up. Lower down. Holding that squat. We're just isolating that row. Down and up. We're not coming back up into that squat. Good. Come a little bit lower in that squat. Drop those hips a little bit more for 5. 3, into, arms are nice and long, stay low in that squat for 1, hold it here, just pulse the hips up and down for 5, yes, 3, 2, and 1, whew, amazing, shake it out, get some water, drop the weights, stretch out your arms, stretch out your wrists, taking it to the other side now, we're almost out of here guys, you got this. Now, shoulders back, weights at shoulder height. We're stepping back with that left leg now. The right leg is going to be working, okay? Inhale, exhale, lower back into that reverse lunge. And come back up. Beautiful. Last two. Last one. As you come up, press the weights overhead. Lower the weights back down as you step back into that lunge. Last two. Last one. Big press overhead. Next time you lower down and we come back up, drive that left leg into that march, into that knee drive, press overhead with the weights and lower back down. Halfway. Last two. Last one. Big press overhead. Lower down into that reverse lunge. From here, extend that left leg long as you bring the arms into that tricep extension, hinge forward onto that right leg, forward lean in the chest, lower back into that reverse lunge. Hinge it back. Beautiful. Three more. Last two. Last one. Hold that reverse lunge. Weights at shoulder height. Small pulses up and down in that lunge for 8. Last 5. In 3. Shake it out in 2. And 1. Beautiful. Whew. Shake it out. Amazing job, guys. Amazing, amazing job. Grab your lighter weights. Finishing off with just a little bit of upper body. All right. Coming into that kneeling position. Weights are going to be right in front, under grip, okay? Palms are facing away from the body. From here, bend from the hips. Weights come down towards your mat. Relax the shoulders, bring them back. Gaze is down at the bottom of the mat. Inhale, draw the elbows to meet the sides of your body into that under grip row. Lower back down, drive those hips forward. As you have a soft bend in your elbows, bring the arms around the world. Meet at the top, lower down. Hinge from the hips, back into that row. Lower, hips come forward. Bring it back down. Beautiful. Back into that row. Last 3. In 2. Last 1. Hold it down. Row. Bring the weights down. Come back to a sitting up tall position. From here, bicep curl. Bring the weights up and lowering back down. Make sure you're not rounding your shoulders. Pull the upper back together, working on your posture here. Last 3. Adding on. Last one, hold at the top of your bicep curl. Rotate the palms up towards the ceiling into that Arnold press. Rotate the palms back in towards facing the body. Lower back down into that bicep curl. That's our next layer. Curl, rotate up. Rotate the palms back in facing your body and lower down. Last 3. And 2. Last one, bicep curl. Rotate up overhead, holding at the top. Drop that right arm into a 90-degree angle into that shoulder press. Come back up to center. Drop that left arm into that shoulder press. Come back to center. Now both arms are lowering down, so alternating, and then both arms come back up together. Right, up, left, up, both up. Beautiful. You got this, push through. We're almost there. Last 2. Last one. One more to the right, left. Now dropping both arms into that shoulder press, holding it here. Just small pulses up and down of the arms for 8. You got this, push through. Don't stop. For 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Whew. Shake it out. Amazing, amazing job. Alrighty, let's finish strong right here. Grabbing both of your weights, your hands are going to be width of the shoulders. From here, just finishing off on a little plank series, stepping both of the legs back. We're going into a push-back rotation. So as you're holding that tall plank position, make sure your hips are not dropping. Scoop that belly button into spine. From here, rotate the knees towards the left side of your mat as you push back. In, press with that right oblique, come back to center right here. Rotate to the opposite side, push through. Tap that left knee to meet your mat. Come back to center. Draw it down, beautiful. And back to center. Coming to our finisher, you got this. Big rotation, making that mind to muscle connection. Last 4. 3, 2, last one. Right there, holding that tall plank position. Pike those hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale as you drop down into that push-up. Drop to those knees if you need to, into that push-up. Pike those hips back up. This is our last bit. Finish strong. Last 10. Last 5. 5 more seconds. You got this. In 3. You got this. Give me one more. 2. And 1. Drop to those knees. Child's pose. Amazing. Amazing job. You guys did absolutely amazing. Move the weights away from you. Hold that child's pose. Let's just cool it down right here. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. Come to all fours. Drop the hips forward into that cobra stretch. Rock side to side. Take what you need. Beautiful. Come back up to all fours. Swing the legs behind, in front of you. Lower your back to that mat. hands come down to the sides of your body. Drop the knees towards the right side of your mat. Going into that lumbar rotation. One more each side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Extend both legs nice and long. Draw that left leg in towards your chest. Pull in towards your chest for 3, for 2, for 1. With your left hand, reach onto your left knee. Pull that left leg to the outside of your left side of your mat. Come back to center. Grab your left knee with your right hand. Rotate to meet the right side of your mat. Don't let that left shoulder lift off of the mat. Come back to center right here. Extend that left leg long. Draw that right leg in towards your chest for 3, 2, 1. Draw that right knee to the outside of your mat. Back through center. Bring it to the outside of the opposite side of your mat. Come back through center, extend that right leg long, bring both legs to meet that mat, both feet to meet that mat, cross that left leg over your right thigh, grab behind your right thigh, pull that in towards your chest. Slowly lower that right foot down, unravel, take your time, cross over that right leg over your left thigh, grab behind your left thigh, pull in towards your chest. Inhale and exhale. Lower that left leg down to that mat, unravel the opposite leg, lengthen the legs, lengthen the arms overhead. Full body stretch, point those toes, extend the arms back behind you. Inhale through the nose. Exhale as you draw both knees into the chest. And when you're ready, you can slowly roll up like a ball, back into that seated position like we started the beginning of class. Just finishing off with some upper body stretching. Drop that right forearm down to meet your mat. Lift that left arm over towards that right side of your mat. Inhale and exhale, reach a little bit further. Inhale, exhale as you bring that left forearm to meet that mat. Rise up with that opposite arm. Come back through center, meet that right hand to meet that mat. Going into that open chest stretch, clasp your hands back behind you in your low back. Open up that chest, gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Slowly release the hands, bring the hands down to the back to the sides of your mat. Inhale through your nose. As you bring both hands up overhead, hands meet together. Exhale, bring it back down to your heart center. You guys did absolutely amazing. You moved through challenge, and most importantly, you honored your body today. Give it up for yourself. I'm so proud of you guys. You are officially entering in week 2 of their Summer Sculpt series. I'm so, again, proud of you, and just thank you so much for being here. I highly recommend, if you have not started the series from scratch, to go to episode 1. You'll see it labeled as a Summer Sculpt series, episode 1. It is amazing, and you will get the full benefits. So I'm so excited. You guys did, again, amazing. Next Summer Sculpt series will be happening on Thursday. It's going to be another spicy one. You're going to notice that we are going to be turning it up a notch, but you guys got this. You're ready for it. So with that being said, I will see you Thursday in your next Summer Sculpt series workout. Bye, guys.